Everybody, what's going on? BK Gamer here, back at you this week with a pickups video. I had some good finds at a garage sale. I got a couple things from the retro store. I got a single Craigslist deal, and that's pretty much it for the week. But I'm hoping you enjoy some of this stuff. I got some really good stuff, especially at one sale. I'll save that to the end. First, the Craigslist deal. Whole bunch of PS1 games. A couple of them were loose in various condition, but I'm happy to give some of these a new home. This first one is called Criticom. I believe it's a fighting game. Second is the original Twisted Metal. Also loose is Road and Track: The Need for Speed, which is the original. Great title. Rugrats: Totally Angelica. SpongeBob SquarePants: Super Sponge. Some better titles here. Grab these couple that were in the wrong pile. Alright. First is Gran Turismo 2, the greatest hits. I actually didn't have this. Didn't have any of the other stuff either. Most of this stuff is all new to my collection. Next is Warhammer: Shadow of the Horned Rat. Then I have the original RPG Maker. And finally, this is a really cool one. I'm glad to have this in my collection. Most of those were complete, other than the disc only that you saw. This one is actually missing the manual, but I'm going to see if I can hunt it down sometime. If anybody has it, an extra, give me a shout. The Legend of Legaia. So I'm really happy to have that. Everything's in pretty good condition. All the games work really well. So I was really happy to find those. I got those all for $10 from a guy on Craigslist. Second, here I have a couple of finds from a thrift shop. There are two that aren't included in this video because they're being sent off right now. I'm not going to mention what they were, but they were a couple of just kind of general N64 titles. Those are being shipped off at a trade as we speak. But I did get a single PS1 game, MDK. I tried this a little bit. It's okay. Good condition, complete. Found a good home. Then I got a bunch of original Xbox games. These games were each $2, including the MDK. Not the best price, but I figured I'd give them a good home. The Platinum Hits copy of MechAssault for the Xbox. Really nice, clean, complete copy of Halo. PsyOps: The Mindgate Conspiracy. Prince of Persia: The Warrior Within. And Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. So $2 a piece on those. Next, just a couple of very minor finds from the retro store. I just popped in there one day. Got a couple things I didn't have for a decent price. Tasmania for the Super Nintendo, $2. And $4 for a copy of Q*bert for the NES. Did have the manual and a nice Nintendo sleeve, so I figured that was worth $4. I gave it to him. $6 for the whole thing, not too shabby. Then I have a couple of garage sale finds before I get to the biggie. These I actually got from a garage sale I revisited. They didn't have stuff out at the time. And this was a couple weeks ago. She said she wanted to get this stuff to me. It never worked out to where I could make it back over, but I stopped over and ended up picking these up that we agreed upon. Both Game Boy Advance games. The first is Xevious, the classic NES series, great shmup. And the second is a really good beat 'em up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Really happy to find that, get that in my collection. Next, this is a single garage sale find. I stopped Friday morning on my way to work. This one was in Craigslist, said they had some video games. I decided to stop. They were still getting set up. They originally had $5 a piece on these games, and I basically told them, these aren't worth $5. One of them is, but so I talked her down, and she ended up giving me all three of these games for $5. So I thought that was pretty cool. TRAG, Tactical Rescue Assault Group. Once again, all complete. Rampage World Tour. And the good one, Resident Evil 2. Both discs, all complete and in really good shape. So I was happy to have that again. So I got all three of those for $5. And then the biggie. On Saturday, I went out, didn't find very much of anything. I was getting really bummed, thinking, man, okay, another week just driving around, having no luck. Then I stop at a really, really good sale, which I was happy to find. I got all this stuff for a really, really good deal. Let me show you everything first. First, they had a loose copy of Pokemon Diamond. They had the Game Boy Advance games WarioWare Incorporated Mega Micro Games, Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. Happy to have those. They had an e-reader. Actually, I'll tell you individual prices. All the games so far, 3 loose games were $1 each. The e-reader, 50 cents. I still have the tags on, so I wouldn't forget. Game Boy camera, 25 cents for that. These they just threw in, basically. This I think some people might actually want. I'm not too interested in it, but Tromba demo disc. Pretty cool. And a demo CD for Rascal. And inside of that was actually, what is that called? PlayStation Underground Holiday 2001. There's a Final Fantasy game on the demo. Kind of interesting to always come across those. Alright, and all of these games were also $1 a piece. Happy to give these a new home. Kind of funny to come across a couple of them. First, another copy of Rampage World Tour. This one's in much better condition, so I'm keeping this one. I'll either trade off or take the other one to the game store, get something for it. I also already have this one, but I picked it up to see if it was a better copy, and it actually wasn't. So, same with this, trades or game store. Namco Museum Volume 1 has Pac-Man, what is that? Bosconian? Galaga, Pole Position, and Rally X. These are all games which I did not have, which are now part of my collection. Bowling for PS1. These are all complete and in great shape. Some of them look like they've never been touched. It's pretty unreal. South Park for PlayStation 1. Spice World. The infamous Spice World. Galaga Destination Earth, which I'm really excited about. And finally, Jet Moto 3. All those for $1 a piece. Couldn't pass on those. Next, we've got some PS2 games. This one I forgot that I actually had, so this one is getting traded or seen off. SSX Tricky. Namco Museum. Another Namco Museum. This with many, many more games on it, though, so happy to have that. Midway Arcade Treasures. Lots of good games on this one. A favorite from my college years, The Simpsons Road Rage. Actually didn't have this one. I'm looking forward to popping this one in and playing it again. I remember laughing a lot to that one. And Spy Hunter, all for the PS2, all complete and in good shape. One Wii game. I already have this, so I need to decide what to do with it. See it off, sell it, trade it, something. Twilight Princess, complete, does have the points in it. And a couple of GameCube games. Tony Hawk's Underground and Super Monkey Ball 2. All $1 a piece. And then they also had a couple other random things here. They're all kind of jumbled. Just a random GameCube controller. Can't have too many of those. And I got, this is the composite cable for a PS2, which is what I picked up. They had a PS2 with a controller, not in the greatest shape. For the controller, there's some frame, but had all the hookups, the system with the paperwork and a memory card, and this really cool arcade stick. All of this stuff, plus when I came home to try out the system, I turned it on and it had a copy of Resident Evil 4. So that was another game I didn't have. I'm looking to either get a case for that or just print one off. I'm not sure yet. See whichever is easier. So I got all that stuff from one sale, and they wanted $30 for it. And I told them if I was going to buy the system and all that stuff too, I would give him $27, and he agreed to that. So I got everything there for $27. And actually, there's two more things to show. One thing they threw in, which is kind of cool. I still need to get a power cord for it, but they threw in this TV for free. Kind of a lower name. I'm not sure what it is, but hey, I'll take a free TV. They said it works. They just could not find the power cord. I think it was in their camper or something like that. They just couldn't find it. So they wanted to give it a good home. And actually, this was the biggest surprise of everything that I bought. I paid 50 cents for this. I had no idea what it was. It needs a battery, but it's called Pokemon Pikachu 2. It's a virtual pet. I looked these up online, and they're going from anywhere between $25 and $55. Um, yeah, I'm not a Pokemon person. I had no idea what it was. It said Pokemon, so I grabbed it while I was getting everything else and bundling it all together. Um, so yeah, if anybody needs that, I'm not sure what to do with it yet. If I'm going to trade it, if I'm just going to sell it, I'm not quite sure. So yeah, that was everything that I got in my pickups this week. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you're all doing well. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, to tune in. If you would like and subscribe, I could really use all that. It helps me kind of like push forward, keep this going. So yeah, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed. Take care. Have a good week. Talk to you soon.